My brother used Dad's funeral to announce he was taking over the family business. Our late father had other ideas. We were still at the reception when my brother Arlo stood up and clinked his glass. "I want to say a few words about my father," he said, and everyone got quiet. "Dad built this company from nothing. He poured his whole life into it, and I know he'd want his legacy to continue." He paused for effect. "That's why I'm announcing that I'll be stepping in as CEO effective immediately." People started nodding and clapping like this was perfectly normal. My aunt wiped a tear from her eye. I raised my hand like a kid in school. "Was that in the will?" Arlo looked at me like I'd just spit on Dad's grave. "I'm the oldest son. I've been working there for 15 years. It's obviously mine." "I've been working there for 12 years, I said. "I run the entire finance department." "You run the books," he said, waving his hand dismissively. "I run the business. There's a difference. Stay in your lane, sis." His wife Bethany stood up next to him and put her hand on his arm. "We have so many exciting plans. Expansion into new markets, a bigger office space, maybe even franchising." My mother nodded enthusiastically. "Your father would be so proud." I tried again. "I just think we should see what Dad actually wanted before we make any big announcements." Arlo's face went cold. "Dad's dead. His wishes don't matter anymore. What matters now is what's best for the company going forward." "She's right," my mother said, but she was looking at me. "Stop making a scene at your father's funeral. This is hard enough without you causing problems." Arlo straightened his tie and smiled at me. "You can keep your job for now, but you'll be reporting to me starting Monday." "Fine," I said, standing up, but Dad asked me to show everyone something before any decisions were made. I walked to the front of the room with my laptop and started connecting it to the TV on the wall. Arlo laughed. "What is this? A PowerPoint presentation? We're at a funeral." "Dad and I recorded this 2 months ago," I said. "He made me promise to play it if you ever tried to take over the company." The room went quiet. Arlo's smile flickered. "This is ridiculous." I hit play. Dad appeared on the screen. He was thin and sick, sitting in his hospital bed, but his eyes were sharp. "If you're watching this, I'm gone. And if I know my son, he's already tried to take over my company." Nobody moved and nobody breathed. Dad continued. "Arlo, I know you've been stealing from me for 7 years." Arlo's face went white. "I know about the fake vendor accounts. I know about the inflated invoices. I know about every single dollar you skimmed from the company I spent my life building." Someone in the room gasped. I think it was Bethany. Dad's voice stayed calm and steady. "I have every receipt, every fake invoice, every transaction traced and documented. Your sister is the one who discovered it. She brought it to me 3 years ago, and I told her to keep quiet while I figured out what to do." Dad took a shaky breath on the video. "I didn't confront you because I wanted to handle it properly. I wanted to protect your mother from knowing what her son really is, but I won't let you steal my company too." Dad looked directly into the camera. "The business goes entirely to your sister. She's the one who kept it alive while you were robbing me blind. She's the one who deserves it." Arlo was gripping the back of a chair so hard his knuckles were white. "This is fake. She made this. She manipulated him when he was sick." Dad kept talking on the screen. "You have 2 choices, Arlo. Pay back the $340,000 you stole from me, or your sister takes everything to the police. Embezzlement, fraud, tax evasion, you'll go to prison." The video went quiet for a moment, then Dad's voice cracked. "I loved you, Arlo. I loved you so much, but I didn't raise a thief." Tears were streaming down his face on the screen. "You broke my heart, son. You broke my goddamn heart." The video ended. The room was completely silent except for my mother sobbing into her hands. Bethany turned to Arlo with a look I'll never forget. "Arlo, what is he talking about?" He couldn't answer. His mouth was opening and closing, but nothing came out. $340,000? Bethany's voice was getting louder. "Where is that money, Arlo? Where is it?" I closed my laptop. "Dad made me CFO 3 months ago. I've already frozen your access to all the company accounts." Arlo finally found his voice. "You planned this. You and him planned this whole thing to humiliate me at his funeral." "No," I said. "You planned this. You announced your takeover at Dad's funeral before his body was even cold. Dad and I just prepared for it." Arlo paid back $280,000 to avoid prosecution. I fired him the next day.